My mother, Han-Ah, was heartbroken because she could not have children. At the tabernacle, she wept and prayed, promising that if God blessed her with a son, she would dedicate his entire life to God. God answered her prayer, and I was born. At 3 years old, my mother brought me to Shiloh, leaving me in the care of Eli, the high priest, to be raised in the house of God. As a young boy serving in the tabernacle, I woke one night to a voice calling my name. I ran to Eli, but he realized it was God speaking. He told me to answer the voice. The next time that night I responded, "Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening." That night, God gave me a heavy message. Because Eli failed to restrain his wicked sons, judgment was coming to his house. I was terrified to tell my teacher, but Eli accepted God's decree. As I grew, God spoke through me to guide Israel. But war came. At Aphek, the Philistines crushed the army of Israel. Desperate, the Israelites treated the Ark of the Covenant like a magic talisman, carrying it from the Holy of Holies into battle. But God would not be manipulated, and Israel was utterly defeated. Eli's sons died, and the Philistines captured the Ark. Wherever they housed the Ark, God struck their cities with plagues. Finally, the Philistine lords decided to return the Ark out of terror. Years later, when they came to attack again, I sacrificed a burnt offering, and God thundered from heaven, routing our enemies. I called for the people to destroy their idols and return to God after that victory. For decades, I traveled a circuit between Bethel, Gilgal, and Mizpah, judging Israel fairly. But as I grew old, I appointed my sons to help judge Israel. Over time, power corrupted my sons, and they took bribes and perverted justice. Devastated, the elders of Israel demanded a king to rule them instead. Hurt by their rejection, I prayed, and God told me, "They haven't rejected you. They have rejected me." So, God agreed to give them a king. God led a tall Benjamite named Saul to my door, searching for his father's lost donkeys. God whispered to me, "This is the man." I poured oil over his head, anointing him as Israel's very first king. Saul brought victories, but in time, his heart turned proud and unfaithful. God rejected Saul's reign. Then God directed my aging steps to Bethlehem, where I secretly anointed a young shepherd boy named David to be the next king. Before David ever ascended the throne, my long journey ended and I went to rest. I was the last judge, the first of the great prophets, and the man who anointed Israel's first 2 kings. I am Samuel. God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called in all walks of life. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.